Hey everyone, it's me, your buddy Dave from thedarkstuff.com and the Dark Stuff channel on YouTube. Thanks for checking out my latest video. This week, I'm back with another concert recap. I'll be covering the recent show from veteran bands Criteria, Little Brazil, and Healer at the Waiting Room. Lots of loud guitar music is ahead. Don't forget your earplugs. Since I moved back to Omaha in 2004, I've been able to participate in what has become something of a holiday tradition. Nearly every year between Thanksgiving and New Year's, Omaha's rock royalty, and I've dubbed them that, by the way, no one else refers to them like that, just me, play some sort of hometown show. At one point or another, all of the classic early 2000s Omaha bands like Bright Eyes, The Faint, or Cursive have done one of these shows. The best of Omaha's music scene plays at home during this time because few touring bands want to play Omaha during the winter. 2023 is no exception, and I hit the first of these shows for the season last Saturday, November 25th at Waiting Room. This time around, it was Criteria, Little Brazil, and Healer. The show was supposed to start at 8, and I was running a little bit late. Fortunately, the concert itself was running late, so I didn't miss any of the bands. However, that late start will have a consequence, which I'll reveal later in the video. Healer was first up. They're a four-piece guitar rock band consisting of Dan Brennan on guitar and vocals, Joe Michaeliunas, apologies Joe on that pronunciation, on guitar, John Savados on bass, and Pat Oakes on drums. Now he's the drummer of Cursive, and he was just filling in for a couple of gigs before the band's new drummer joins in January. So you may know some of these guys from other bands too. I mentioned Pat is in Cursive, and I know Dan from his many years as a local sound engineer. John was, or maybe still is, I don't know, in a great band called Noah's Ark Was a Spaceship. I love that band. And Joe was in the band back when. Now, to me, Healer sounded like a cross between Hum and a Dischord Records band from the 90s. And they did actually cover Jawbox's Savory during the show. The friend I was with, she didn't get the Hum reference, but liked the band a lot nonetheless. Next up was Little Brazil. This band, in one form or another, has been making music for nearly 20 years. Little Brazil's current lineup is Landon Hedges, guitar and vocals, Dan Maxwell on bass, Sean Cox on lead guitar, and Austin Ellsbury on drums. Now, including the band's 2004 debut album, You and Me, they've released 5 full-length albums, with 2022's Just Leave being the most current. You may recognize Landon from his time playing in Desaparecidos with Connor Oberst. That's Connor's punk rock band, and they have released 2 studio albums and 1 live album. I've seen Little Brazil a million times over the years, and they always deliver the goods as a live band. I always describe their sound as a cross between Superchunk and Built to Spill. Now, you could sub in your favorite 90s guitar rock band with a singer with a high voice. If those two references don't work for you, the music is fast, catchy, and features hard-on-your-sleeve emotional lyrics. Toward the end of their set, Little Brazil invited Steve Peterson of Criteria to the stage to play a song from a band he used to be in way back in the late 20th century. Steve sang the first verse to the Cursive song Rhyme Scheme from the album The Storms of Early Summer, Semantics of Song. It was a cool moment. Criteria was headlining the show. These guys are also longtime scene veterans. I referenced Steve Peterson singing a Cursive song earlier. He was the lead guitarist in Cursive on the band's first 2 albums in the late 90s. Now, I won't rehash the whole history of Cursive here. I'll just do the cliff notes. So Cursive broke up before the release of its second album in 1998. Steve then relocated to North Carolina, where he formed a new band called The White Octave. Cursive eventually reformed, but with Steve being halfway across the country, he was replaced by Ted Stevens, who had previously been in Lullaby for the Working Class.
And then?
Steve moved back to Omaha and formed Criteria. The band currently consists of A.J. Mogus on bass, Aaron Drury on guitar, and drummer Mike Sweeney along with Peterson. They've released only 3 albums in their 20-year existence, but each one is really good. Their most recent is called Years, and it was released in 2020. Criteria's music is loud, guitar-based rock. Lots and lots of guitars. Their sound has been described as one that conjures the likes of both Quicksand and Built to Spill. Definitely. Powerful, angular, loud guitar rock, and I'd say with a slight emo flair. However, I'm not using that term in the way that it's used today to basically describe anyone from Fall Out Boy to Avril Lavigne. I'm using it in its classic sense, when emo was an offspring of hardcore and it meant bands like The Promise Ring, Fugazi, Sunny Day Real Estate, Mineral, that type of stuff, but with more guitar. I've been able to see Criteria many times over the years. Despite a 15-year gap between albums, the band has consistently gotten together for the annual holiday show in Omaha. I also saw them earlier in this year at the Outlandia Festival, where they delivered an amazing set in what felt like a 150-degree summer day. It was really hot that day. Now, remember when I said that the late start to the show would have a consequence? Well, here's where that came in, unfortunately. So I wasn't able to stay for all of Criteria's set because I had to get up extra early the next morning. I had to bail just a pinch early. I didn't want to, but I had to. Now, hopefully I won't have to wait until next Thanksgiving weekend to see Criteria again, but I guess that's one of those unknown unknowns, you know? Thanks so much for watching until the end. Please like this video, leave a comment, and please share it with any of your friends who like good music. Take care.